and Stu are coming back with the kids from Susie's birthday party. For each of the kids had gotten a bag of candy as a party favor. Charlotte comes up to pick up Angelica from Stu and Dee Dee's house and notices Angelica eating the candy she received at Susie's party. Charlotte tells Angelica that she can't have any more candy since she recently had a cavity in her teeth and takes her home for some flossing. Dee Dee initially wants to throw the candy away, but after some convincing from Lou and Stu, decides to keep it and puts the candy that the kids got at the party together into one bag. The next day, Drew drops Angelica off at Stu and Dee Dee's house, where he tells Angelica that she can't have the new Queen of the World Cynthia doll. She sells her old Cynthia doll and has no need for another one. Angelica whines about this, saying that he's bad for not getting it. As Drew leaves, Angelica notices the bag of candy from Susie's party and sees Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil playing in the backyard. Angelica gets an idea on how to get both the candy and the Queen Cynthia doll. Angelica tears a page from her Cynthia coloring book and buries Cynthia in the dirt in the backyard of Tommy's house. Angelica screams, getting Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil's attention. She claims that Cynthia has been kidnapped, reading the page like a ransom note the kidnapper left behind. The note apparently says, "Put candy by the tree if you ever want to see your Cynthia again, and go away and hide." The babies get Tommy's candy bag from the kitchen counter and manage to get most of the candy, but when Angelica looks over the contents, she's disappointed to see they didn't get all of the candy. She then devises another plan, this time involving her Cynthia two-way cellular telephone toy set. Angelica tells the babies that the kidnapper left their phone behind along with Cynthia's left shoe, and goes behind a bush to pretend she's the kidnapper. She calls the babies through her phone and tells them to get the rest of the candy. Feeling this has gone too far, Tommy insists that he and his friends take matters into their own hands and look for the kidnapper and get Cynthia back themselves. As they're searching, they notice that Angelica's coloring book is missing a page and that one of Angelica's crayons matches the color that the kidnapper wrote the ransom note in. They place the torn out page back in its place before Angelica, with chocolate smeared around her mouth, comes back and says they're supposed to be getting the rest of the candy for the kidnapper. She accuses them of not caring about Cynthia. Tommy questions how Angelica could have known what the kidnapper wanted since she wasn't even there. Angelica lies by saying she heard it on the news. Tommy also questions why the ransom note is from Angelica's coloring book. Angelica lies by saying the kidnapper must have the same kind of coloring book. Tommy also questions why Angelica has chocolate smeared around her mouth. This gets Angelica mad. She goes, "What's with the third debris?" Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil search behind the bush, and they find Angelica's backpack with her phone and all the candy. The babies get mad at Angelica for faking Cynthia's kidnapping and ask her why she did it. Angelica says that she was jealous because they got to keep all the candy while she didn't. Drew then comes by with the Queen Cynthia doll that Angelica wanted. Angelica lied to her Aunt Dee Dee earlier, saying that she lost Cynthia, and this led to Drew purchasing the Queen Cynthia doll. Angelica gets excited about having her new Cynthia doll, but then to her shock, notices that her original Cynthia doll is in Spike's mouth. He dug her up as Angelica was running to her dad. Glad that Cynthia isn't lost after all, Drew says they can return Queen Cynthia doll, which greatly upsets Angelica. Drew spins Angelica in his arms with joy until she throws up on him. Tommy thanks the babies for helping him solve the crime. Stu and Chaz, along with their sons and the DeVille twins, arrive at a large department mall called Home Heaven. Stu needs sandpaper while Chaz wants to buy a new cheese fondue set. While Chaz tries to find the cheese fondue set in the directory, the babies see a lawn fountain that features a turtle spouting the water. The babies like the fountain and the turtle and go spit to imitate the turtle until Chaz finds where they need to go. After going downstairs in an elevator, Stu starts to pay attention to the college football game on the TVs in the electronics section. Chaz can't snap Stu out of it, so he asks Stu to watch the babies while he goes to get his fondue set. With Chaz gone and Stu busy, the babies go exploring off on their own. The babies find the pet section and look at the animals. Phil and Will try to eat snakes, believing they're giant worms, while Tommy plays with a puppy. Chucky sees a turtle and thinks he's lost, scared, and depressed. The babies conclude the fountain they saw earlier is the turtle's daddy and decide to reunite them, not realizing the fountain statue isn't alive. Using a pooper scooper, they get the turtle out of the aquarium and try to make their way back to the elevator. Meanwhile, Chaz returns to the electronics section and notices the kids are gone. Stu and Chaz quickly notify security and an announcement goes out over the loudspeakers about the missing babies. After Chucky hides the turtle in a shoe, only to promptly rescue it before a customer tries it on, A nearby security guard notices the babies and attempts to approach them. The group flees and makes it back to the elevator, which the security guard crashes into. They manage to get the elevator to go up the ground level. Once there, Stu, Chaz, and the security guard all try to stop the babies. Tommy, Phil, and Lil are snatched up, but Chaz trips and his fondue box hits the fountain, accidentally bending it a little. Chucky is able to reach the fountain and put the turtle in the water. Later, in Chaz's backyard, Chaz is disgruntled about being made to purchase a fountain after his fondue box damaged it. Stu says it's a nice fountain and points out the kids love it. The adults don't seem to have noticed the turtle still in the fountain water. The babies are glad they reunited the turtles, and the real turtle imitates the stone turtle spouting water.